Apple is expected to offer up more details on its Apple Watch on Monday. So what can we expect from this device? There's certainly been a lot of buzz about it. Joining us now to talk about that is Max Wolff. He's chief economist at Manhattan Venture Partners. Max, thanks for joining us.
Always a pleasure. Thanks for having me.
So first off, what do we already know about the Apple Watch? Let's recap.
So we know it's really 6 watches, right? So there's going to be an Apple Watch, there's going to be an Apple Watch Sport, and there's going to be an Apple Watch Edition, and each of them is going to come in 2 different sizes. And so we know that the kind of entry level, the smallest size, and the lowest level one, which is the Apple Watch, which is made out of a different material, an aluminum material, is going to be about $350. So we expect the average kind of unit here probably over $500. It's going to have its own app ecosystem. It is only going to work with phones that are the 5 or newer, and it's only going to work with 5 or newer phones running iOS 8. So there'll be some folks who want it and have to aspire to it and need to upgrade their phones to get it. And probably from a sort of profit perspective for Apple, getting more people excited about getting the phone or upgrading their phone will probably make them more money in the short run than the watch.
Certainly. And you just took one of the questions out of my mouth. You mentioned that $500 potential price point. So that's going to be one thing we're going to be looking at this event on Monday also. And we know that this watch is supposed to potentially ship in April, but maybe a harder date on that. What are some of the other things that you're expecting out of Apple's event in general on Monday?
So certainly we expect the usual fanfare and last-minute sort of movement of the story. We're really looking to see what the story is on water resistance. There have been a lot of rumors that the water resistance is kind of a 0 here, and that's going to make people nervous, and it won't be great for the watch, only because nobody wants to pay $500 for something, then wash their hands and have it be a very expensive paperweight. So there's going to be an issue and a lot of eyes on the water resistance level. Also the battery life. It's also fun to have a watch that's alive on your wrist, and we expect that's been improved, but we're not sure yet. And last but not least, there's been a lot of excitement about these interesting different bands that you can have for it. Can you mix and match those? What do those cost? And just sort of how do they position this in the market? Is the kind of edition, which is the really high-end one that's only available in 2 tones of gold, is it really going to retail, as we've been told, for over $17,000? And last but not least, how many countries can expect to get this watch and when?
And in addition to the watch, there's some other products that we should be keeping our eyes open to as well, and one of them might be Beats.
Absolutely. So we're about to see, rumored again, to be about an $8 to $10 streaming music service to compete with Spotify and perhaps Pandora and some Deezer, some of the others. And this is really the culmination of Apple's integration of the Beats acquisition into the Apple ecosystem. They've been doing that in bits and pieces. Apple Care now covers the Beats equipment that's being sold through the Apple retail channel. So we are very much focused on that. We also want to see what happens with Apple Pay here, because there have been some growing concern about some security glitches. And also we need to see a little more about a very exciting initiative to make business-focused apps, largely for the iPad, which has been a little bit of an area of struggle for Apple, with IBM. And that's also very exciting. People have a tendency to back burner that in the consumer space reasonably, but it's a big development in terms of the company's position, possible revenue, tackling a new market, and resuscitating in the iPad market, which has been a little bit weak of late.
Well, there's certainly a lot of things to keep an eye out for in the Spring Forward event from Apple on Monday. Max Wolff, thanks for joining us. Thank you for watching. Have a great day. I'm Morgan Brennan.
Hey YouTube fans, I'm Landon Dowdy from CNBC. Thank you so much for checking out our channel. You can subscribe by clicking right here to check out the latest Mad Money CEO interviews, market news, financial advice, and product unboxing. Enjoy!